Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I sadly am not, still under the weather, and as a bonus my nose now is clogged and I can't even smell anything for now. And how can one do a review if he can't smell anything? The way I do reviews, I wear the fragrance a day or few before the video, even though I had a fragrance maybe for years, but I want to experience it. I sometimes spray during the video as well, and sometimes during the day after maybe half a year of not spraying the fragrance. My opinions sometimes change. I sometimes discover new facets, new ideas, even during live filming. Sometimes new ideas come to my mind and I want to tell them, and basically that's what makes my videos authentic. And without smelling them I can't do that. So typical video review of a fragrance today is impossible, so I decided to do something different. I will touch a topic of artisanal perfumery and what are the benefits or what are the drawbacks compared to the regular niche perfumery and regular niche designers in today's world, and also vintage. This is obviously a very broad topic. I will probably make this video a two-parter because, well, I could sit here and talk about it probably for an hour, and in today's fast-paced world nobody has an attention span and has basically time for these long form videos. Unless you're Ramsey. If you're Ramsey, people will listen to you for hours. And yeah, shout out to the best reviewer on YouTube. Time for you to come back. So as always, I will probably start with drawbacks of artisanal perfumery. I have many friends who are artisanal frag heads. I have a few friends who are regular niche frag heads. So we talk, we discuss. And one of the sadly main points that come up is the price. The price. Obviously, artisanal perfumery is more expensive. Per mil, at least. But more expensive doesn't mean bad value. I will talk about the value of these scents a little bit later, but if we talk strictly price per mil, most of the time artisanal perfumery is more expensive than regular niche or designers. Of course, there are many exceptions. For example, I have here my Roja Haute Luxe by Roja. This bottle with cheap gold flakes costs around 3,000 euro for 100 ml, and almost nothing on my artisanal collection except maybe this and this would cost more per mil, and I will talk about it more in the probably second part, but these did not cost more out of the retail, let's say. So yeah, there are still exceptions in regular niche like Haute Luxe, like brands like Clive Christian, Fragrance Du Bois, basically anything from Britain. They decided to be Roja and charge stupid amount of money for their creations. But if we take regular niche, regular brands, you can see in your niche stores or even airports and stuff, basically won't exceed or even reach 10 euro per mil price point, while many artisanal perfumes, especially from brands like Ansar Oud, does. So yeah, the price. Second main drawback of artisanal perfumery is, of course, availability. In many cases, these fragrances are pretty hard to acquire. What I mean by that is, well, in some cases they sell out very fast. With Areej le Dore, sometimes the new releases sell out within not minutes, within seconds. And this can be frustrating. You really need to know what you want to get. Even then, there's no guarantee. Also, to the point of availability, you absolutely can't buy Areej le Dore or Artisanal or many of these artisanal brands in stores, basically because they are not following the regulations of IFRA, and if you don't follow regulations of IFRA, basically you are not eligible to be sold in stores in Europe or North America. So that probably leads me to third drawback of artisanal perfumery. Almost in all cases you will have to buy blind, because you can't try them out in stores in Europe and USA. There are a few stores, I know one in Dubai, very popular, but as a general rule for Europe and North America, there's just no bottles available to try. As for samples, some brands like Ansarud almost never offer samples to buy. They add samples for free if you buy the bottles, but you almost never can buy samples. You can buy travel sprays and stuff like that, but it's still expensive, and 10 ml to try the fragrance when the full bottle and smallest capacity is 15 ml. It's pretty preposterous and expensive, let's say. And even if they offer samples, because sometimes Areej le Dore offers samples, by that time you will get your samples, the fragrance will be sold out almost 100%. In this latest collections, Adam now started to release samples before the collection drops. So in that case, if you can get a sample before the official drop of the collection, that's amazing. I wish everybody would do that, and everybody would release samples way ahead of the bottles. But that's not the case, and that's not the case because of maybe fourth drawback of artisanal perfumery that also connects to the same availability, is because, if we want to admit it or not, a lot of this business operates on fearing of missing out. And in a lot of cases, if people would be able to sample the scents before they buy a bottle, I'm not sure they would buy the bottle every time. While if you know that the bottle will be gone in 30 seconds, you are, let's say, encouraged to buy blindly, and ensuring better sales for the brand. In many cases, like with Areej le Dore, they actually sell out in 30 minutes. I have no intentions to say that Adam is somehow manufacturing the FOMO, as they call it, fear of missing out. But I have this foil hat theory about some other brands out there, that not every bottle that is marked sold out is actually sold out. I have my suspicions, my foil hat theories, as always, that in some cases, even if the composition has not sold out, it's just being removed from the page. Some one or few materials are added, some word or number or something added to the original name of the fragrance, and they are being released again next month or few months after. In my opinion, this is a shady practice. I find it repulsing. It's basically creating fake fearing of missing out, while still keeping customer in the loop of this is pretty rare, it's impossible to get, and please get it quick before it runs out. Of course, regular niche brands doing this even on the 10 times scummier level. For example, Creed Aventus Absolute, or whatever was it called, it was limited edition for no apparent reason. Nothing limited is in the construction of that fragrance. And even if we can see now, it's now just joined the regular line of not limited at all scent. So at least with these artisanal brands, even if the FOMO is let's say, manufactured. The ingredients are still rare, and I think it's not a good practice, but I am also not 100% sure they are doing it. This is just a suspicion. So yeah, this is like the main point. And it leads yet to another, I don't remember now the number, 6 or 7 drawback of artisanal perfumery is the shopping experience. It's most of the time it's not very excellent at all. If you ever try to buy Areej le Dore fragrances on release, the page crashes, items being removed from your cart while you're typing your cart details because they're sold out. Meanwhile, miles of cancelled off orders and all of this jazz. Many times my fragrance from Areej le Dore was returned or almost returned back to the sender because the phone number was missing or the address was not correct. Once I even had to catch the delivery truck. I ran after it and I stopped it. I provided my ID to get my fragrance because I saw in real time how my package was marked undeliverable, because again the phone number or address or both was not correct or missing. I'm not the first YouTube channel to talk about this. This one Latvian couple, Julia Sons, I think the channel is named, they were talking about this problem a few years ago. And when I order by the Kaba, we will see if the problem has been solved or is it, as always, the same. So yeah, the shopping experience can be very mixed. Also, maybe because this is often a one-person operation or a few people operation, the same person is doing the fragrances, same person is sending them, same person is marketing them, if you can call this marketing. So many times they don't even have an online store, they have Instagram, Facebook, something like that. You basically send the money to their personal account. Well, everything in this can look a little bit strange, shady. It is what it is. This is, let's say, art. And if we want a pleasant, 100% consumer-friendly experience, we have plenty of brands like Roja or anything in your retail store or your airport that you can get it there. And you absolutely can't get Bortnikov. Bortnikov probably you will soon will be able to, but you can't get Areej le Dore, you can get Ansarud, you can't get many other artisanals in your shopping mall, in your airport, in your convenient places where you shop, because to be there, to be entered into the shopping center, you need to abide by IFRA rules, and obviously these artisanal brands are this good and this sought after because they don't. They use whatever amounts of rose they like, they use real wood, they use real musk. And this brings me to 8th, I think, point. If you're a animal rights protect activist or something, most of these artisanal, not all of them, but most of these artisanal brands won't be for you, simply because they use natural animal derivative ingredients like musk, ambergris, civet, storium, stuff like that. So yeah, that's that. What else? Well, even if we talk about, let's say, synthetics, in artisanal, as in niche, as in designers, there are different, let's say, levels of synthetics or natural materials used. In some cases we have this Valima Part 2, 100% natural. Sometimes we have mixed media. I'm not sure if this mixed media, to my nose, I think it has some synthetics. If it don't, please, and you know it for sure, comment. I would like to know, but I think this has some mixed media in it. We also have different levels of naturals and synthetics in niche. For example, this Hot Lux It has absolutely more naturals than your regular niche fragrance, but still plenty of synthetics, just not to the amount that would piss me off, let's say. Then we have these indie perfumers like Andy Tower, they are not an artisanal level because they use plenty of synthetics, but at the same time they are still more natural than many niche fragrances today. The artistic value is still here, the price is pretty reasonable, very reasonable actually, and the availability is also pretty wide. I can buy this in my city center, there's a store. So I find Andy Tower to be a very good connecting point between artisanal and niche, to the point of it being cheap, being synthetic quite, but that helps it keep it cheap and helps it still to be widely available and obtainable and all that. So yeah, if you're not too rich and if you don't want to spend too many on fragrances, but you don't want to smell of synthetic musk and piece of shit like this, you can go with Andy Tower. That would be my recommendation. Then we have complete synthetic clusterfucks of a fragrance like this, Bond number 9, Dubai, whatever. To be honest, I don't even know why I have this. This is a completely synthetic composition. I would love to have here something I hate more, like something from Initio, something from Parfum de Marly, Baccarat Rouge, Wood for Greatness, some stuff like that, but obviously I hate them so much I don't have a bottle, and I just wanted to have this is the worst, most synthetic stuff I have in my collection. Nothing is worse than this, so maybe that's why I have it. I want to have something to remind myself how bad stuff can be. And the only line I missed is designers. In this case, this is a vintage Antaeus, and obviously it is somewhat synthetic. It's a designer after all, but compared to today's level of synthetics and today's level of artificial molecule based scents and designers and niche, this still is pretty natural, a lot more natural than we see today. And the lowest, and I don't have any here, but the cheapest designers, your 1 millions and stuff like that, where there's no artistry left, only molecules, beast mode performance and stuff like that. So yeah, this is basically main drawbacks in my opinion of artisanal perfumery. I will end my video here. It will be the end of the first part. I will do a second part on the main benefits of artisanal perfumery. If you want to see this video, if you're interested, please leave a comment. Maybe nobody cares what I have to say about this topic, so if nobody cares, I won't do it. So yeah, if you want to see the part 2, the main benefits of artisanal perfumery, please comment that, subscribe, like, message me. I'm very thankful for all the live interaction I get from you guys and girls. It is very flattering, and even if I'm sick like you see me now, I still want this interaction. I still want to film videos. Even if I can't smell the beauty myself, I can still guide you to it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and please have good evening and goodbye.